topic solidarity and politeness, and we are going to check about politeness specifically. And according to politeness, it says that we can show our feelings toward others regarding to solidarity, power, distance, respect or intimacy, and other things. And also, regarding to politeness, we show our customs and our social culture. Also, it talks about impoliteness. Impoliteness depends on the existence of standards or norms according to the culture. It depends on each culture. Regarding to social interaction about politeness, we present a face to others. We are going to see what face means. According to Brown and Levinson, define face as the public self-image that we show to other people. This face, we show it when we are talking to the other person. For example, if we know the other person, we show, let's say, a polite face, friendly face. Okay? It says, for example, a positive face is the desire to gain the approval of others. As I was saying before, for example, if we need to talk to a teacher and we need a favor or something like that, we need to show our positive face, which is of course linked with politeness. Also, we have the negative face, that is the desire to be unimpeded by others in one's actions. For example, the negative face you could receive or you could give to the other person regarding to how the other person acts with you. For example, if the person who you are talking to is rude with you, so you give a negative face to that person, to the person who's being rude with you. So because the other person is also giving to you a negative face. Also, as I said before, the positive face looks for solidarity, and the negative face, as I told you, is more problematic. Okay. Continue with politeness. It says when we interact with others, we must be aware of all kinds of face. We have to recognize both kinds of face. And also we have both kinds of politeness. We have positive politeness and negative politeness. As the name says, the positive politeness is how we treat others. We can treat others as friends, as people that we know very well, or we like, we could say. And the negative politeness are strategies so we can avoid any threats. The negative politeness, as I told you before, is a way of a barrier with the other person. If the person is rude with you, you will show a negative politeness and also a negative face to this person. In some languages, for example, it seems to have built into them very complex systems of politeness. For example, as Goethe says, it is nearly impossible to say anything without indicating the social relationship between the speaker and the listener in terms of status and familiarity. Over here in politeness, we also check, we are also going to see the status, we are also going to see the speech style. And the speech style, for example, over here, is talking about how we use the language and according to which level or to the person we are talking to. For example, if you want to greet a teacher, how are you going to greet a teacher? You are going to say very politely, good morning, how are you? But, for example, if you want to greet to your classmate or to your friend, hey, how are you? Right? The same in the Ecuadorian context. We have the three speech styles. The more formal, which will be buenos dias. To a person, you can say it to a person with a high status, high level of status in economical classes, for example. And we have also hola, that you could tell it to a friend or an acquaintance. And we have que más, for example, to a very close person. That is a low speech style.
Now I'm going to explain some examples that we found in the book. The first one was cited by Irving. Irving points out three levels of politeness. The first one is the high level that is used for the aristocrats, and they tend to use it because they want to show that they are elegant. In the middle level, it's used not, they are not close friends when they use it. It means that they talk to the superiors or to the high level. The third one is the lower level, that it's the common language. It is the common language is more used from children. Another example is the Japanese. Martin mentioned that Japanese people are more polite than others, and the politeness that they use depends on the gender, the age, and the social position. He mentioned that in Japanese culture there is a negative politeness, and it is because the language that they use depends on the social status. Another example is from Wigner, French language. He mentioned that in order to have a polite phrase, they have to have long utterance than shorters. As for example, Miguel, can you read it?
An initial mitigate.
No,
Pardon, the service, the books, s'il vous plaît.
in English, it would be, excuse me, the financial office, please. And also, he formulated that politeness can be created an initial mitigating component, the central request, and the presence of the answer. In this case, the initial mitigating is pardon. The central request could be the service, the words. And finally, they use the word please that we have in English. Also, in the book, in the chapter mentioned that politeness is really important in the principles of language, and that in French language, they cannot talk if they don't use the differentiation between two and both. English said that they talk depending to the person that they want to refer to. And Japanese, as I said before, they focus only in the social context or in the level, in the speech level and the honorific.